I was run over by an Innova in a motorbike accident. I had a lot of injuries in my spine. The mid portion of my back was completely smashed. I have 3 burst vertebrae. That means that the whole vertebra has been cracked from all sides and it is no longer stable. Plus I had 42 fractures along the length of the spine. In addition to this, I also had a few broken ribs and my abdominal muscles were ripped off the rib cage and the tendon was snapped. It took me around 3 months of absolute immobility in the hospital before I was able to first sit up to a certain degree. At the 4th month is when I first stood up. What happened is when I was in the hospital, I saw a lot of people who had bad injuries and none of them were as bad as me. I was by far the worst. But still, they had a very negative attitude about it. They all kept blaming the circumstances, they kept making unnecessary appeals to all sorts of deities. And what I finally found is that because of the negativity, they took a lot longer to recover than I did. Now, as far as recovery goes, something that people must understand is that it is your mental attitude that really reflects how fast you will recover and how well you will recover. At that time, doctors had told me that I would not be able to stand up again, and if I were to stand up again, I would never be able to exercise at least, and my spine would be permanently deformed. So at that point of time, it would have been easy to be pessimistic about things, but somehow I was always confident. Somewhere inside me, I knew that I was going to recover from this. Ultimately, the reason why I feel I was able to win over my competition in India's Strongest Man and beat them so thoroughly in certain events was simply because, number one, I was in connection with my body, which means that I was able to utilize whatever muscles I had to the fullest. I was able to contract the muscles harder even though my muscles were lesser. Finally, I had an emphasis on lifting in a purative sense. In the sense, a lot of people lift with machines, a lot of people exercise in gyms. It is important ultimately to get out and get some real exercise. Go for a run, pick up rocks, and even in lifting weights, lift it, but don't wear a glove. Don't put chalk on your hands. Try to carry things, lift things, do things which are natural. This way you will have a lot of raw power. Your fingers will be strong, your hands will be strong, and you will be ready for whatever labor you might have to do. In addition to that, you should do activities which you're bad at. For example, if you're bad at playing basketball, play basketball for some time. This will improve your conditioning. Do things which you're inefficient at. As you get efficient at them, your body's ability to recover from activity will improve. Essentially, if I had to summarize the secret to how to be strong, number one, always treat strength training as an art. The more into it you get, the better you will get at it. You have to be intuitive. You have to train by basic premises. You have to think of things as movements, not muscles. If you want to think of muscles, then think of muscles individually. Think of how you would build the symmetry. This is the way you have to think. The second thing is have a positive mental attitude. You must always have self-confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. Honest hard work. There is a difference between hard work and honest hard work. Hard work everybody understands. Honest hard work means that you have to do what is required. And you have to do it to the degree which is required, and you also have to know when to stop. And this is the biggest thing. People never know when to stop. Finally, eat clean, live clean, sleep a lot, relax, and try to be one with your mind and body. This is ultimately how I go about developing my strength.